Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast, episode 254. I'm Joe.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren, how the heck are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm also great.
I'm really happy that the weather finally cooled down in Florida.
Yeah, good old Milton. Shout out.
Took out all that heat.
Yeah, shout out
It's
Milts.
been so nice.
I love him.
Did we? Did we haven't filmed since Milton?
We've recorded since
No,
Milton.
we have. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, did we talk about that?
I talked about
after
me
that?
losing power. Yeah,
You're right. Yeah, so the weather's been great. That boosted my mental health.
It
so
makes
fast.
yeah,
So fast. Like seasonal depression is in the summer for
yeah,
people
for Florida.
Florida.
It's like I was just gonna say that like up north, like people like get depressed like in March when it's still fucking snowing.
Yeah, no.
But
it's
down here,
it's August
yeah.
when it's still hot.
Fucking sucks.
So very happy to have much better weather.
Is he up there?
Did he jump up there?
No, he's up on the windowsill.
okay.
The cat's like preparing to jump up on the desk and get in front of this video. Do we want to go straight to the draft for today?
Yeah, we can.
Let's
start with
rock
the
and roll with the
Speaking of
draft.
The colder weather.
Colder weather. We're into fall
Into
finally,
fall.
and it's not that late. First day of fall is what?
Falling
September
into
22nd.
fall. Yeah.
Literally, I hate you. That is disgusting.
Yeah.
So yes, we're gonna do fall activities.
Yeah.
And top 5.
Top 5.
I think.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of overlap.
I think so too. There's
'Cause
not a lot of
I don't
fall
think we're
activities.
thinking of all the fall
Yeah.
activities.
I'm first. I get first pick.
Sure.
Okay, my number 1 pick for fall activities, corn maze.
Ah, it's not even on my list.
Really?
That's a good one. I didn't even think
That's
of a
a
corn maze.
solid
That's a
one.
solid first pick.
Yeah, especially if you
Damn.
get like a good corn maze. Like I did a corn maze back home after my friend's wedding a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like me and all my friends went, and it was we couldn't get to the exit.
What's your go-to strat? Well, you didn't.
I'd
get to
never
the
done
exit.
one before. And if
You
I
gotta,
did,
you gotta hang right. You got
See, we
always
tried.
stay against one wall.
we tried that. That wasn't even like the amount of times it looped around on itself. There was no just hanging right.
Yeah, but you still, even if you loop back, you'll double back a lot of times. It takes longer to do that method, but
Well, the method we chose was just
or-
follow one of the follow the person in the lead, and yeah, just plow through it.
through the corn.
And I think we came close to the exit,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow got all the way turned around and came back out the entrance. And so when we saw the what we thought was an exit, we got there and we walked back out, and I looked down the road and see where the actual exit is, like 100 feet down the road. And I was like, guys, we didn't do it. And they're like, well, we came back out, so we're done. I'm like,
we escaped.
we failed. We failed.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I loved it. So corn
You've
maze.
only done one, and
I-
that's your number 1 pick.
I think I've maybe done 2, but one of them when I was like a really little kid, so I don't really remember it.
Okay.
So, but I think it's more the idea of a corn maze
Mhm.
because they look really cool.
Oh yeah, from above.
Yeah.
The people who really get into them, like the farmers that really make them. I'm like, how do y'all do that?
yeah, I
Like,
love
that's
it.
crazy.
So corn maze number 1 off the rip.
Damn. All right. Well, that's wholesome.
Yeah.
My number 1 pick is college football and tailgating. And also, I put Sunday football as well. I just did,
I
like,
just put football. Football is my number 3.
yeah,
So
I did football, but like also the combination of like tailgating and being with people
100%
as, like,
tailgating. Yeah.
the event. Cause but yeah, I love tailgating more than anything. I would tailgate
Yo.
for no occasion.
You got to come up to Buffalo for a Bills tailgate.
Well, I'm not gonna go to a Bills game.
You don't even understand.
Boo.
Fuck you. The Bills are the best. Josh Allen.
Who?
Shut up. Don't act like you're not in love with him like every other motherfucker.
I don't even know what he looks like. I just know everyone's
Well,
like,
he's hot enough to be dating Haley Steinfeld, so
dang.
Yeah.
Okay, heard.
luckiest motherfucker alive. He's
I
exactly 2 weeks younger than me. Like,
really
to the day, 2 weeks younger than me.
damn.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
My birthday's May 7th. His is May 21st.
Yeah.
Rat bitch.
Whoa there.
If I was born 2 weeks later and in fucking Wisconsin, it could have been me.
You could have been.
I could have been playing for the Buffalo Bills and dating Haley Steinfeld.
Man, you really fucked up, dude.
I know.
Why would you? It was the wrong career path.
I
I'll tell
know.
you
What's
what.
wrong with me?
And here we are.
Maybe if I hit the gym, I still have a chance.
to go pro football.
He's 28 and doing it. Why can't I?
Well, he has also been playing forever.
Please.
Okay.
How hard is it really?
You're right. Also,
Throw a
I'm
football?
also going to start training and be the first girl.
Okay, well, you're.
Wow.
No, kidding. My number 2?
Yeah, go for your
My number
two.
2, another thing I've never done, apple picking.
Oh, I actually never been
I
apple
put it as
picking.
my number 2 because it looks like a lot of fun.
It look
Like when I see pictures of people like at the apple orchard with like a barrel, not a barrel, a basket of apples, I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to do that.
cute.
That looks fun. Yeah.
Are there any places to do that here?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's fucking Florida. Do we even grow apples down
Like
here?
Orange
You can go pick
picking?
fucking oranges. Yeah, whoop-de-doo.
There's a lot of vineyards. You can go to vineyards.
What am I going to do? Pick grapes?
I don't know.
I do love grapes.
I don't know. I would pick grapes if they'd let me.
Yeah.
I've been. What did I do? I don't think I've been apple picking, but I went something picking, and I can't remember what it was.
I've gone cherry picking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's something.
And I've picked an apple
But you put that as your number 2 just because you
because
think
it
it's
looks
cool?
really fun.
That's crazy.
And
That's
the
a hot
idea
take.
of it. Also, like, I think they typically have, like, activities.
Yeah, I mean they'll do other stuff, but
like,
the fact that
at the pumpkin patch, the fall thing that I was at, which had a pumpkin patch, corn maze, all this other stuff, hay rides,
Mhm.
they had these cannons that you could shoot apples out of at targets they
Love,
had.
love.
They had, like, big barrels set up with targets on them, and they were shooting apples out of these cannons. I was like, that looks fucking fun. And I want to do that
I
shit.
want an apple cannon.
I want an apple cannon.
That's crazy.
Apple cannon, potato cannon, I want a gun
I
that
want a
shoots
t-shirt cannon.
food.
That's what I want. Because
Yeah.
then you could shoot anything.
Absolutely.
You could do the potatoes out. That's what they use.
Yeah.
Then you could just shoot your t-shirts. Be like, hey, can I borrow a t-shirt?
Boom.
My number 2 pick is costume party.
That's good. You went to one last night.
They go to one last night.
Yeah, you were
I love a good.
Catwoman.
I was Catwoman.
Yeah.
What? Why did you hesitate?
I was just making sure.
Yeah, I was Cat. What else did you think I was?
I didn't. I just was making sure my memory was correct.
Heard. Yeah, I was Catwoman. It was really fun. Everyone went pretty like decently all out. There was no one that was just wearing like, a t-shirt with like green.
This is my
mask
costume,
and
yeah.
or just wearing like, oh, I'm 3-hole punch Jim. Like there were people.
What?
Have you heard of that?
No.
It's from The Office.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Well, anyways. Yeah, so no one had any boring costumes. One
That's good.
girl was a bird and she made like a working beak and had like her whole face and hair painted. Her hair was dyed.
Oh my god.
Her back of her hair was dyed green. The front of her hair was dyed orange like already.
The whole ass parakeet.
And yeah, so she blended it out to her face and then blended down her chest and wore like a cape that had like wings and stuff. And it was like crazy intense. And then there was a few people in like onesies, which are like whatever, but one guy was a giraffe onesie and it had like an extended head.
That's it.
So that was like a commitment to like have that thing on your head. Yeah, there were some pretty cool costumes. And I prefer that. I have always been a like we go all out costume kind of person. I don't like when people are just like, we're gonna wear like a t-shirt and be, like characters from whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just a
Even
t-shirt.
if, like I was saying earlier, even if I don't have a costume, my fallback costume always is a cowboy because I can still go all out with that.
Right, you
I
can still have multiple elements that like fit the part.
Yeah.
I hate when people just wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
Yeah.
they would wear something like this with it and be like, I'm a cowboy. I'm like,
No, you're not.
no,
You're just wearing a
not.
cowboy.
You're literally just wearing a cowboy hat, and that's what you could wear to the grocery store.
Yeah.
So, hi, Darwin. So you're breathing down my back.
Yep.
Yeah. So I like when people commit to it. I like when there's a contest.
Costume contest. I've never
yeah.
participated. I have, but there was never any winner announced.
Oh, that's lame. I've been to a costume contest before, and I got second place. And I was
What'd you go
really
as?
Draco Malfoy.
I think I've seen that picture.
It's on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got second place. I
Damn.
lost.
Who got first?
To
Harry Potter.
God. No, I lost to basically like festival, festival attire,
Like
stars and nothing else.
Yeah.
Like just
I said that a little too eagerly.
You're like,
Yeah, I've seen that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I lost to SpongeBob and Patrick version of that.
That's sick.
That's
a worthy loss.
They were a couple costume. They were 2 girls in a couple costume.
Yeah.
And they were wearing basically nothing.
Yeah. Well, they would have had my vote.
And I was fucking.
I'm a basic man.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was like, I deserve
Here you wearing a cloak.
My father will hear about this.
So you basically came in third.
Yeah, in that theory, there was 2 first place people, and then I got second.
Yeah, 2 naked women ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And it was at a drag show.
Oh well.
So of course,
yeah,
the naked lesbians are gonna win. Not the straight girl who should not be there.
It's always the naked lesbians taking the prize.
But they deserved it. They looked hot.
Sure,
but
yeah.
I thought I looked hotter. So unfortunately,
well, they were wearing less clothing.
I'm sorry. I was Draco Malfoy.
Next time you have to be like slutty Draco Malfoy.
I was slutty Draco Malfoy. I just wasn't slutty enough. I didn't know that I had to put stars on my titties to get the fucking prize. There
you go.
But here we are. So costume party is my number 2.
That's a good one. My number 3 was football. I will now move up my number 4. Oktoberfest. Anywhere.
Oh,
any brewery, anything where they're serving me a lot of beer.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
Big old mugs of beer.
Yeah, big old thing with Steins.
Up?
I never have. I mean, I'll wear like fall attire, which I almost made the list, by the way. Just like wearing fall clothes.
Fall clothes.
Yeah.
Like flannels.
Like a flannel and
stuff.
jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Give me a flannel and jeans
Clutch.
and some leaves in the background and a beer, and I'm happy as fuck. All the Oktoberfest beers that like the different like varieties of beer that have like this is our Oktoberfest flavor. Sign me up.
Really?
I'm on board. Yeah.
Really? Do you like the like fall flavored beers that they have? Like the ones that they do the multi packs?
Yep.
Seasonal ones?
Yeah. I never used to be a big beer person, but more recently, when like they come out with their fall flavors, I'm like, yeah, sure, sign me up.
Yeah.
And they're decent enough for me to drink.
Mm-hmm.
They're better than Bud Light.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, debatable. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are just a little too funky for me.
Yeah, there are some weird ones.
But yeah, I do like the fall ones for the most part. That's a good pick. I didn't even
Thank you.
My number 3 is haunted houses.
It's a good one.
So any kind of walkthrough or any kind of like haunted attraction or things like that.
I don't think I put a single like Halloween thing on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I love Halloween, like don't get me wrong, but I almost don't even associate it with fall activities. I think it's like similar to how like after Halloween's over, everyone goes right to Christmas, and then Thanksgiving's just its little thing in there.
Sure.
Which we'll get to in a later episode.
I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, me too. It's my fucking favorite holiday.
More time.
But for me, it's like there's fall. Halloween's its own little thing within it.
Yeah.
But fall is like the stuff and Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is like the fall holiday for me. Halloween is like October's holiday, but Thanksgiving is fall's holiday.
I get that. I just
if that makes sense.
I know of so many like haunted house attractions, not just like horror nights, but like other ones from up north that stay
There's
open.
some good ones.
Because they're fucking scary up north.
Yeah.
But they stay open way after. Like they stay open till like the week before Thanksgiving.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, and they're open all of September.
Yeah, scare the shit out of me late after Halloween. I don't care.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
It's great. And so because of that, I kind of associate Halloween as this like much more of a bigger block.
Yeah.
But I love haunted attractions. I don't like horror movies, but I love haunted houses, and I don't know why.
I love horror movies. Well, I shouldn't say that. I love like. I don't want to sound pretentious, but like the more classic horror movies. So like
Scream and Halloween.
Halloween. Like I like those because they aren't scary to me.
Sure.
I think they're entertaining movies. But like you asked me to sit down and watch Insidious, I'd rather chop my own balls off.
I want to watch those horror movies. I've slowly started watching more and more, but some of those new ones are fucking scary.
I'm like afraid to go to bed afterwards.
Yeah, I don't go to bed. I don't go to bed for a week.
Yeah, you're like I'm just gonna stay awake in the fetal position and
and cry.
Yeah,
I don't like them. I don't like those either. But I do like getting scared at horror attractions, which doesn't make any sense. But that's my third.
Yeah, my number 4. This one's so like particular. Drinking apple cider.
That's a fall activity.
That is a fall activity. I love apple cider.
That's crazy.
It's like quite possibly my favorite non-alcoholic beverage.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And I love Dr. Pepper. You know that.
Yeah.
But the apple
That was my
cider,
breakfast today.
appy cider.
A little appy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I actually
good.
don't like apple cider.
Oh my God.
Why can't you have that year round?
They don't even, most places don't sell it year round. Like
Oh.
you can find it just like you can find anything out of season.
Mhm.
But one, you're gonna pay way more money for it out of season, and
Right.
two, it's not as good out of season.
Sure. Why don't you just drink apple juice like a child?
Because appy juice fucking sucks.
Apple juice is great.
I don't like apple juice.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
hot take. Yeah, show your ass literally to the camera. Yeah.
Moment in the spotlight.
No, apple juice is not good. It's just like it's something about apple juice.
It's
It's
very
like
sugary.
yeah,
Like,
which
not
I
in the
love
sense-
sugar, but
yeah, but like in the sense that like the aftertaste like leaves your whole
Yeah.
mouth being like coated.
yeah,
You're
there's
like,
something off about it. Whereas
Yeah.
apple cider with its like tartness, I'm like, it's so good. Oh, I love it. I love it. Plus mix in some
Gross.
some whiskey.
There it is.
Oh.
For that.
Add a little bit of alcohol to it.
Now.
Or heat it up in the microwave. Warm apple cider. Warm appy cider.
Oh, that
Oh
sounds
my
worse.
god. No, my god. Warm apple cider is like one of the most popular fall beverages in the world.
God, ugh.
Especially if you're
I don't like any
from the
warm
north.
drinks. I don't like any warm drinks.
Any warm drink?
Nope, not a single one.
You don't like hot chocolate?
Nope.
The fuck's wrong with you?
A lot of things. I actually really don't like hot chocolate. That's like one of my least favorites.
Little
On
hot chocolate with like
coffee.
some Baileys in it? I sound
I've
like an
tried
alcoholic.
it. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I've tried it before, and I like
Hot
see
chocolate or hot chocolate with Baileys?
both.
Okay.
And I see the appeal, but I just can't. I don't like hot drink.
You don't like
know.
tea?
Mm-mm.
I don't really like tea either. I'm just trying to think. There must be one hot beverage that you like.
Soup? I don't know.
Soup does count as a beverage. It is mostly liquid.
That's not a beverage.
Sure it is.
That does not count.
Do you drink the broth at the end?
Yeah.
That's a beverage.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a coughing attack. No.
It is. By definition, soup is a beverage.
What
And a meal.
What definition are you using?
The fact that it's something you can drink.
Okay, you can drink yogurt too. I wouldn't say that's a.
Is it really drinking yogurt?
That's
Yeah,
me.
but like it's
if you let chocolate melt in your mouth,
you're not
and you-
drinking it, you're letting it melt in your mouth. Yogurt, you're swallowing goop. It's not a beverage.
but so you're not eating yogurt either.
You are eating,
You're swallowing goop.
swallowing goop. Soup is both a beverage and a meal.
No.
Yeah.
I think you can drink chicken broth.
And that makes it a beverage. When you start drinking it, it's a beverage.
I wouldn't call it a beverage though.
But it is.
I would say it's something you can drink, but I don't think it's a beverage.
Technically,
Like
when
my
you
logic,
start,
you wouldn't pour a glass of it.
you
you
could
know,
though.
and you wouldn't-
But you could.
But you could, but you wouldn't call it a beverage.
You're like, can I have a glass of chicky noodle soup? And you're gonna go,
No.
it would be weird, but
Yeah.
you could do it, and it would then be a beverage.
So you're saying I don't think
It's like
so.
the question is cereal soup,
Yeah, I was gonna bring up cereal now. I'm like
but cereal very much is. So cereal is not a beverage, right? Because cereal is just like the dry stuff you put in a bowl. But milk is the broth that you're putting in it,
Mhm.
and milk is very much a beverage.
Mhm.
Broth is simply water with chicken flavoring.
Right. We're having a
My God,
we are
what is
having
going on?
a day and a half. Animals are off the wall. I don't. I'm going. with
Listen,
my
I'm
number
not.
four.
I'm not happy about it, but
I'm not
but
either.
chicken broth is a beverage.
It's not.
It's not a beverage anybody's gonna go order at their local
Do you
restaurant.
call cough syrup a beverage?
It's medicine.
But you drink it,
Sure. But it's medicine.
so therefore it's a beverage.
Yeah, it's a medicinal beverage.
Oh my god, that's crazy. My number 4 pick,
Yeah.
because we could go on and on about this and not
Okay.
actually
Again,
get
I'm not
anywhere.
happy about it, but technically speaking, it's a beverage.
Pumpkin patch.
Fuck you. Literally, that was gonna be my number 5 now, and now I have to think of something else.
Yeah, so pumpkin patch, like attending a pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
Picking out pumpkins,
I can-
looking for a
Yeah.
good one, rolling them around and things like that. And the
Yeah.
things that happen, the activities you do at
Yeah.
pumpkin patches.
Shooting pumpkins.
Shooting pumpkins.
Launching them
on
in a
Yeah,
catapult.
not you don't shoot them. You like do one of those like whip catapults.
Yeah.
You know, like and you just like
A trebuchet, I think they're called. To be technical again.
Yeah, and they have corn mazes there sometimes. They'll have happy cider, hot cocoa, all those things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like pumpkin
Damn,
patches.
that
I also like the energy. Like it's very like crisp, happy.
Yeah, like
you gotta go when it's chillier.
the atmosphere at a pumpkin patch is the same no matter which one you go to.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
always like crisp air, a little
Mhm.
chilly.
It's all the old like church ladies
Yeah.
working the booths
Yeah.
and stuff.
A lot of
It's really
kids
nice.
being stupid.
Yeah, but also like not bad. There no kids like misbehaving. They're
Yeah.
just like looking for a pumpkin.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Everyone's happy
It's a great
until you spend the money on the pumpkins and you're
and
like,
you realize,
holy
oh my
fuck."
god, I could have bought this for $5 at Publix.
Yeah. Which is what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to
Really?
Walmart and buying it for $4 because Riley went to a pumpkin patch the other day. I couldn't go because Darwin was sick. But she called me. She was like, "Hey, do you want me to buy a pumpkin?" I was like, "Yeah, how much are they?" She was like, "Their biggest ones are $15." I was like, "I don't need one for $15. That's crazy." She sent me a picture of it. It was a normal size pumpkin.
Oh,
I was like, "That's
God.
insane."
Like just average.
I used to, yeah, like your
yeah.
average your average carving pumpkin.
Yeah.
My brother and I used to sell pumpkins when we were growing up because we grew up on a farm, so we would grow pumpkins, and every September, October, we'd sell them. We would sell the size that Riley sent me a picture of yesterday. I would sell that pumpkin $7 max.
Dang.
It's now more than double the price
That's
at
crazy.
the place that Riley went to. I
That's
was like,
crazy.
fuck that. I'll go to Walmart, $4.
Yeah. For
I
real.
typically try to support the local pumpkin patch. But then Riley came back and she was like, "Oh, well, they ship in. They don't grow their own pumpkins. They ship them in." I was like, "Oh, well, then fuck that.
Yeah,
Charging
definitely not.
$15
Why
when they're
are they
getting that shit
shipping
for
them in?
$4 probably." Because apparently this place doesn't grow their own pumpkins,
That's
which is ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. So
Well, that's why
I was
it's
not
so
happy.
expensive. It's because they ship
Exactly,
them.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
outrageous.
It
They
is
shouldn't
outrageous.
They should just not have a pumpkin patch.
They should just not have a pumpkin patch.
That's insane.
I was very, very upset, as you can tell by the everything about me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my number 5 now.
Womp.
Honestly, I don't even know that I have.
I have 4 backups. I have 4 more.
That's good for you.
Yeah, it sucks for you.
I'm gonna go with. You know what I'm gonna go with? Nice and simple. A nice outdoor walk or a fall hike, like a
hike. I'll take a hike.
yeah, like with the leaves changing colors. You're on like a small mountain.
A fall walk.
A nice fall autumn walk.
God, your pics are so like girly.
What does that mean?
Not girly, but just like so specific and like
I like apple
also
cider.
very normal activities. Not like they're specific to fall, but like
I don't go on walks ever though.
okay.
But I will go on a walk when the leaves have changed colors and it's cold out.
Interesting. I do like when the leaves change colors, and I do like
When I
hikes.
went up to
Hikes are
Buffalo
good.
or up to New York for the wedding a couple weeks ago, and the leaves had changed colors, and we were like in the mountains.
Yeah,
They were
the
very
cabin
small
area.
mountains. Yeah. Like I was like, oh my God.
This is
I'm such a
great.
fall girly
I
right
love
now.
this. Yeah, no, I definitely I love hikes. I like hikes with all the colors.
Yeah, I like
and-
a hike any time of
and the
year.
crunchy leaves.
But like, yeah, when I step on a leaf and it, I
Yeah.
was like, oh yes.
Ah!
Yeah, I love it so much.
I haven't been on a hike in a while. I'm jealous. You guys went hiking not
Yeah.
that long ago. I
Yep.
need to. Is there any down here?
No.
Hiking horizontally?
Yeah, the beach.
Okay, I can do that. I'll just go do that sometime.
Yeah, there's hills in Florida if you go to
Shoot.
like one specific area of Florida that has hills.
That's too much.
And even then, it's not really hiking.
I might change. I might my answer now for my number 5. No, I'm
No.
not.
Go for it.
But
It's all
I'll
yours.
comment.
The final pick.
My final pick. It's kind of lame.
Mine was going on a hike, so 'cause you stole pumpkin patch from me.
Sorry. Can I say my last 4? that I
Sure,
have?
go for it.
I have my number 5 is carving pumpkins.
That was almost on my list.
So like actually picking out like a design and stuff
Yeah.
and like the whole process. My number 6 was Halloween specials on TV. like when
Okay.
episodes of like a sitcom do a
Yeah.
Halloween special,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
even our old when we were like growing up, like
Mhm.
Zach and Cody's like Halloween special, or
Yeah.
when everyone turns into zombies, like weird shit happens.
Yeah.
I loved those episodes. And they have them all compiled that you can like just binge them now,
Yep.
which is crucial.
Great.
Handing out candy.
Fair.
Number 7.
I'm not a fan. I like getting candy. I'm not a fan of handing it out. I'm the type of person, and we've talked about this before. I'll put the bowl out and say, "Take one."
That's crazy. I like interacting with the kids.
I
and
like
being
interacting
like,
with kids,
you know.
but I like it's like the having to sit here and like if I'm gonna sit at home around Halloween or on Halloween, I'm gonna put on movies.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's being interrupted by kids fucking ringing my doorbell.
Well, so what a lot of people did in my neighborhoods and what my parents did is we put a fire pit out
in the
front on the driveway,
Yeah.
sat around it, bundled up in blankets, had like Halloween music playing, and just like talk.
Yeah.
Just,
See, if I were to do that, I'd put like a projector outside, like on the garage,
yeah,
and watch something out there.
yeah,
Then it
throw on
wouldn't
a
be so bad.
movie.
I could do that.
feel like that would be a
But
really
I
nice
also,
night.
I want to get candy.
You
I know that I'm 28
can
years old and I can't trick or
buy
treat.
the bags of candy.
It's not the same. I want free candy.
So get a kid and walk.
Where do I get one of those?
Have one.
Oh, okay.
Have a child.
Well, that's going to take at least.
You got some time.
Yeah.
But when you have kids, they're going to get a lot of candy they're not going to eat.
Yeah,
they're
but
not going to
I'm-
notice when they're young. They're not
So
going
you're
to
telling
notice
me
when
for the
you're
next
taking candy.
few years, at least,
Suck it up and be a
I
man.
have to buy candy
Yes.
once a year?
Yeah, you have to buy candy forever. But
I
then
don't-
you
I don't have to do
will have a
anything.
trade system by the time you get a kid, because the kid will go get the candy back for you, and they won't like all the candy they pick out, or they won't.
You know,
notice
my
when one or
parents
two
never
pieces disappear.
bought candy and handed it out on Halloween.
I'm sorry.
They just stole ours when we went trick or treating. But also, we didn't live in a neighborhood when I grew up.
Oh, okay.
Like the house that my parents still live in is on a main road, so there
Mhm.
is no stopping to trick or treat. Now, if they did stop to trick or treat, I guarantee our house would have to be a house handing out full size candy bars.
Really?
Yeah, just because like we're just one of the like it's like one of those houses that like you'd have to make a point to visit, and so we have to be handing out good shit. Otherwise, nobody's gonna stop and visit. So just
That's valid.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Oh, so no, we never handed out candy when I was growing up. We just always went trick or treating.
That's crazy. We only got like 3 trick or treaters because we were on a road that didn't have streetlights or sidewalks.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
parents didn't take their kids on our road. So I never even trick or treat on my own street either.
Yeah. Oh, same. I always went somewhere.
Yeah. So I don't think my mom really hands out candy anymore, just
Yeah.
because like she doesn't have like
A reason.
all the kids, you know.
Yeah, I made a point when I moved down here to hand out candy
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, well, now I am like in a neighborhood, like I have the
Mhm.
ability to do. So I either handed out candy or I put candy out. Because obviously I don't have kids, but like I'll take the dogs out.
Mm-hmm.
Dog now. I'll take the dog. Whoops. I'll take the dog out trick or treating because most neighborhoods down here will like hand out dog treats.
Oh, really? That's kind of nice.
My old neighborhood also did adult trick or treating. So they
Love
would have
that.
they would have dog treats, they would have candy for the kids, and they would have
like
shots
little shot.
or Jello shots or something for the adults. And I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm going
That's
trick or treating.
Great. See, I would love to do that too.
Yeah.
If the parent comes up to, I'd just be like, "Oh, we also have airplane bottles."
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell
keep
yeah.
it interesting.
Oh my god, yeah.
For sure. I support that.
Yep.
My last one was just playing in the leaves. Which is
Jumping in a big pile of leaves. Sign me the fuck up right now.
banger.
When I see videos of like dogs or kids jumping in and they just disappear,
The dogs are so cute.
I
love
it.
that.
I want to do that.
I have a really funny story about playing in the leaves. That's why it was my last pick, because I actually have trauma.
Oh boy. Did you break something?
No, worse. I jumped in a pile of leaves when I was a little kid once. We had like done all the raking, whatever.
Worse than breaking something?
And they were covered in spider eggs. You know, like the little tiny like white dots on the leaves.
yeah.
So I like jumped in it. We had done like finished the whole day, and the first pile I jumped into had all the little eggs on them, and I freaked out. I like took like 5 showers. Like I like was traumatized because you know the little bits of leaves get everywhere. They get all up in my hair and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like and again I was maybe 7 or 8, so I thought like I had spiders in my hair because I was like, oh my god, the eggs are gonna stick to my hair and I'm gonna have babies in my hair.
Yeah.
And freak the fuck out. I And I don't think I got in another pile of leaves for like 3 or 4 years after that.
Oh my god.
And then after that, I like survey the leaves
you're like,
before
let me
I
check
jump in.
these
I'm like,
leaves.
hold on. And then I'll jump in. It was traumatic. And then
Oh
I told
my
my parents, I was
God.
like, we're about to have a fucking armada of spiders in the backyard. We need to exterminate.
Yeah, we need to torch
Where is
these.
the flamethrower?
Yeah.
Aragog is going to be. Aragog lives in our house. There's so
That's-
many spiders.
Fuck. I'm not afraid of spiders, but fuck that.
That was awful. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why it's my last pick, but it's still a cute activity. It's
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely,
And
yeah.
I love the videos of dogs playing in the leaves
Oh
where
my
they
god,
like
yeah.
or have you seen the ones where they don't even jump in it? They just like shoot straight
Yeah,
into
just
it. I'm like, how do they know there's nothing in there?
I
They
don't
just
know,
go,
but sign me up. I want to be that dog.
they're like a little chihuahua. You're like, pew.
Yep.
I love it. They're so
I would love
funny.
nothing more.
They're so funny. But yeah, that's the draft.
Yeah. And
It
great.
was a lot.
It was. It's a good
Man.
draft. In other news, a couple of episodes ago, we talked about Wendy's coming out with the Krabby Patty.
Did you try it?
I did not try it,
No, I was gonna say,
but I
you
have
should've brought
seen a picture of it.
it. Mm.
Pull it up. I will also show it to the camera to the best of my ability. But it has so here's the Krabby Patty we all know and love, right? There's the that's the Krabby Patty we all know and love, right? Well, apparently Wendy's has not lived up to the standards that we were all holding them to.
Does the patty at least look good?
Now, this is just one example, but this example has gone viral.
Is it a pretty patty? No, that's not what it looks like. They had to ask for things off of it. 'Cause it's missing literally lettuce.
I think there is lettuce.
Where? It's colored?
Oh no, maybe I thought I saw some right there, but that's just more burger.
That's insane.
So I'll get to
That looks horrendous. What the fuck?
Again, now this is the internet, right? So like the accuracy,
Yeah, they could have just ordered a burger.
it could have been something that wasn't the Krabby Patty, but
multiple.
I'm willing to think.
I thought I saw one where it looked pretty good.
I hope that I'm wrong. I'm gonna go. I don't know how long this thing is lasting. I forgot about it honestly until that post came out. I'm gonna go to Wendy's ASAP, and I'm gonna get one.
Go tonight. Go try it.
Maybe, and I'm gonna find out for all of you and for us
looks real.
if it looks how it looks.
That's crazy.
Because if that really, and like they were saying, they're like, there's not even like any theming. Like they didn't go in on the SpongeBob aspect of it. I'm like, how would they not like? No kids meals with toys. No.
That's insane.
No fun wrapping around the burger. Like you gotta, if SpongeBob's wrapping your shit, you gotta get in on that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Wendy's has fallen short. Per the internet. I don't know. My own two eyes have not seen a Krabby Patty from Wendy's. So I don't know for sure, but.
I mean, how would they do it, though? They would have to pump it up with fake shit to make it look
Well, I don't expect it to be as, like, plump and fluffy.
That's the thing. The top of the bun won't work.
Yeah. Like, I don't expect it to look like that picture. But I certainly expect it to look a little bit better than that.
At least the patty can be formed to be, like
just make it look neat.
Stamped.
Just make it look neat is all I need. And theme the because I know it's gonna taste like a burger. I know that, right? I've had a burger with all that shit on it. I know what it's gonna taste like. But what I want is like, I want to feel like I just bought a Krabby Patty. That's what I want.
I think you should go complain
before I even buy one.
Yeah, like I saw.
Yeah, I saw on the internet.
I wanted to order a Krabby. If this doesn't turn out.
Yeah. But again, I'll get one. I'll see if they have them there tonight.
I'm very.
I'll try and go
curious.
tonight. Yeah, I am too now.
There's one near here, right?
There's a Wendy's near here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm nervous for you. I feel like you're gonna get.
I saw that and I was like, oh no! I was so excited, and that's probably why they should have McDonald's.
Yeah.
Not that McDonald's does a much better job most of the times.
Would have done it.
I think they would have gone all in because McDonald's, like, at least they try sometimes.
Yeah. Have you seen their toys? Come on now.
McDonald's,
their old the '90s toys
the
were a
best.
real freaking toy.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
It was a whole ass toy.
Whole other conversation that they don't make them. They don't make them like they used to.
They don't. Anyways, what do you got?
Taylor Swift was in town, or is in town.
She is.
Is in the area.
Well, she's in the state.
She's in the state.
Yeah.
She's in this neck of the woods.
And we love Taylor Swift here on the podcast. She's been on. We have talked about this before, yeah.
And I'm actually not even going to talk about her.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking about that she's here.
Yeah.
Because I saw how many people went, and I saw how many people went without tickets and showed up and tried to get tickets, like
At the box
at
office.
the box
Yeah,
office,
yeah.
or just standing out front.
Like what I'm
looking
gonna do
for
when Sabrina
us.
Carpenter comes here.
So I was gonna ask. I was like, who would you do that
Sabrina
for?
Carpenter.
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna do it?
I looked up
next
tickets.
Week?
I look up.
They're
Is it next week?
$600.
Yeah, for the cheapest
For
seats.
the nosebleeds behind her stage.
Yeah.
They're $600.
Yeah,
I was
that's
looking at tickets the other day too
criminal.
because I wanted to go.
I would sell my kidneys to see Sabrina Carpenter.
I don't think I would even spend like $300 for those seats.
Oh God, no.
Because they're literally you.
So
can't
I say I
even
would sell
see
my
her.
kidneys, but I also have a limit. I wouldn't spend that much money. So I would, but I'm considering going night of
And seeing
and trying to get tickets.
I was thinking about going.
And by
too.
night of, I mean morning before,
Oh really?
because I got to camp out 72 hours in advance.
That's insane.
I might have to take off work.
That's actually so insane.
I
If
had
you
no-
go up to the box office and they say, "Cool, it'll be $500," we
walking
waive
away.
the ticket master. You're gonna wait 72 hours and leave?
If they tell me it's $500, yeah.
Oh my god.
If they tell me it's $100,
Do you have
sold.
anyone else you would go do that for? Any other singer or
no,
show or
probably
anything?
not. And honestly,
I would.
4 weeks ago, had no interest
you
in
don't
going
even
to see
care.
Sabrina Carpenter. I had no interest. I enjoyed her music, like the music that she had already come out with, and her newest album, whenever that dropped. I enjoyed it. Like I like her music. I had no interest in going to see her concert until my entire TikTok For You page was Sabrina Carpenter performing Juno
Yeah.
and many
Yeah.
other songs, but
Yeah.
also Juno. And we all know why.
Still stuck on Juno.
And sweet mother of fucking Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I would die for that woman.
That's crazy. I would love to go to that concert too, and I wouldn't wait out line, but I would show up around like concert time to see if there's any
Last minute.
any last
Any
minute-
scalpers out there.
any scalpers that are willing.
Yeah.
Because I would love to, but I don't know who else. Maybe Harry Styles. I would do that for Harry Styles.
I would, like, if it had been, like, what was it? Harry's House? Is that what it was, that album? I loved that album.
Yeah. It's
So,
a
like, I would have
great
gone
album.
to that.
I saw him right before he released that album. I was
Yeah.
so mad. I
Yeah.
was so mad.
That album is so good.
Because he was on the Love on Tour
Yeah.
tour, and then he started singing those songs. I was like, you could have released it a month before.
Yep.
I was so mad.
Yeah, I don't know that, because, like, I'm not a huge, I shouldn't say I'm not a huge concert person, because I've been to many concerts and I love going to concerts, but, like, I'm perfectly content with, like, getting, like, crap seats on the lawn for $30, or just not going, right? Like,
yeah.
so I don't know if there's anybody I'd be like, I'm going to try and get a ticket. Like,
Yeah.
if I can't get it in advance, I'm just not gonna
Like,
go.
I know all those people who spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go see these people multiple times,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
That's
hey,
crazy.
where are you getting this money
Yeah.
from?
Like,
Also,
hey, you
in
work
not
the
their
same job
own
I work.
hometown.
Yeah.
Flying across the country to go see them. I'm like,
Well, even this one, right? Like, she's in Taylor Swift's in Miami.
yeah.
And people are driving. Now, Orlando to Miami is only a 3-hour drive, but traffic, it's going to take you at least 4 hours to
Right,
get
so
there.
you have to at least take off Friday.
Yeah.
And then you have the weekend. So do a weekend in Miami, whatever.
Right.
But that is expensive in
Very
Miami.
expensive
A
in
hotel.
Miami. Yeah. Even an Airbnb, expensive. And also, all that shit's booked out.
Yes.
Because everybody in the state of Florida and then some is going.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes. So the people who are
I would do
driving
it for
there,
Sabrina Carpenter. I
people
am
who are driving
obsessed. And if you're not obsessed with Sabrina Carpenter, you're wrong. Sorry.
there, I didn't mean to bring up your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
I don't know what it is. She's got a chokehold on, I think, all of America, but
Yeah,
especially
she's like
the song
been-
Espresso. Did I show you the video from the wedding reception of me dancing on the table to Espresso?
No.
Oh, I'll show it to you after. Remind me. But there's a
That's
video from the
crazy.
wedding a couple weeks ago. So the bride, Kristen, she like knows, because it was at the after party of another wedding. We were all driving home, and I was like, I couldn't get. It was like right after the song became very popular, and so I told her, she was driving. I was like, Kristen, put on Espresso, and I just couldn't stop singing that song. And so she knows how much I loved it. So she put it on at her after party, and I was like on the other side of the room, and she was like, Joe, and I heard the song, and I was like, I came running over, jumped up on the table, and sang the whole thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
I actually don't like that song that much.
Oh, I love that song. And the
Only
newest
because
version of it, Domingo.
Domingo.
So good.
Oh yeah. Have you seen all those SNL clips with Ariana?
Yes.
She's so
Ariana Grande,
funny.
another
She
person
killed it.
would sell my kidney for.
She
Not
she
for a
goes-
concert.
She goes,
No, just to sell, just
present.
because, yeah.
Oh, because.
Well, just to maybe have a moment,
Sure.
shake her hand, get a hug.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Especially now that she's Galinda. Oh my God.
Really? Are you a big Wicked fan?
Oh my God. I've seen Wicked more than any other musical.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
I've seen it. I think every time it's come to Buffalo, I've seen it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, and I was trying for this movie to not see any trailers or anything and not be spoiled, so I go in completely blind. But then there's a trailer before Deadpool and Wolverine, and I was so mad because I was doing really well.
Yeah, but it's so.
And
I'm so excited.
I think it's.
We're going
really
very much off the rails right now, but
No,
like
it's-
I could talk about this movie and how excited I am for the next hour.
really.
I can't even. Again, it's like people and like this is gonna sound fucking cringy as hell, but like people in the theater community say that like if Wicked's your favorite musical, you're not really into musicals. But like, so my favorite musical that I typically tell people is Phantom of the Opera. I saw it on Broadway. I had 4th row seats. It was like the time of my fucking life. It was incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wouldn't change that for the world. But realistically, like if I'm like being serious with myself, Wicked is hands down, without a doubt, my number one favorite musical for sentimental reasons. Because it has ties like my best friend who passed away. Like it has personal ties to me. So like, and I've seen it the most. Like it is without a doubt. I know every song. I could quote the whole fucking thing. Like it is my favorite musical ever.
That's crazy.
And so the fact that they're doing this movie as well as I know they're going to be doing it, I am
and the second part
excited.
Is not for another year.
And that hurts. I hate when they cut movies in two, but they're doing
Well,
that to be as true to the musical as possible, because if they tried to do all of it in one, the movie would only be 3 hours, probably only be 3 hours long. Instead, the first part is almost 3 hours long.
So that's what I'm confused of, is how are they expanding all that content? Because the show
I think they're gonna because there's a book as well.
Right.
So I think they're gonna pull a lot more from the book. That's what people are saying, is they're pulling a lot more from the book.
Sure.
Which means, one, they're kind of diving into a lot more characters than just the two main girls. They're gonna kind of give us a little bit more content and context around everyone, which I'm very excited for. And again, they're probably pulling more from the book, which
Have you read the book?
I did in high school.
it
Yeah,
good?
it is. Yeah,
I was thinking about reading it before the movie.
it's very long,
I know,
but it's very good.
thick
Ass book. Yeah.
ass book.
But oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I
And it's
not
Ariana
know.
Grande, right? Like
I
this is her
feel
dream role.
very-
Good for her. Love her.
The green nails.
Yeah.
Like the pink.
Love
I feel
it.
very
Love,
Wicked
love,
right
love,
now.
love, 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 love.
That's
love,
crazy.
love.
I did not know you liked
Yeah.
that movie or show that
Yep.
much.
Mhm.
That's insane. Do you have a favorite song?
Yes.
Which is?
As Long as You're Mine.
Okay, I
yeah.
don't know it. I only know
the
two of
second
them.
my second favorite song is Dancing Through Life. I auditioned with that song in high school.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a big musical nerd, big theater nerd.
I know. I feel like we've briefly tapped
Yeah.
into that before, but
Yeah.
I did
It's not
know
a part of
Wicked.
myself that I often like advertise
Show.
because like I think it's just like when you compare it to so many other people that we work with, like other people are like a much bigger or more current musical nerd. Like
Sure.
I mean, take Tyler for example, right? My own fucking roommate. Like he's the biggest musical theater nerd that there is.
Right. He's seen everything.
Yeah, and so like I can't compare myself to that, but like if I compare myself to like my friends,
Right.
I'm like the Tyler of my friend
Right.
group. Like,
Yeah,
I've seen
I'm
a lot. I can talk a lot about them. Like
I'm the same way in that
Yeah.
sense. I've seen a lot more compared to like my friends and stuff
Yeah.
from home, but then like I talk to like literally like even like you, I'm just
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm not even
Yeah.
close. I'm just down.
I couldn't sit here and like name all the actors that have played Galinda or played
That's
Elphaba, but like
crazy.
I could tell you a lot about the musical.
Have you seen there's like a TikTok trend. It's kind of like the blind karaoke, but instead they play like alphabas and they guess exactly
I have seen
which
that. I did see that,
alphabet
yes.
it is. I'm like, how do you
I
know?
could never.
How do you know?
I know the original, and I now know the Cynthia something that's playing her in
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
Those are the two I know. Other than that, honestly, I couldn't give a shit. Like if they're good, that's what I care about. So I have the whole soundtrack on my phone, and
That's
when the movie
crazy.
soundtrack comes out, that will be on my phone.
Downloaded so fast.
Yeah, I already have my tickets. Opening night, November 21st. I will be there.
Damn, I'm not gonna be in town.
And if some motherfucker, sorry to interrupt you, if some motherfucker in that theater sings along
Ah!
to any song, or if you clap.
Ooh,
I have a thing about clapping in
is gonna
theaters. It's
happen.
tough. I know it's probably going to happen, but they can't hear you. It's not a stage show. If you interrupt my movie experience with too much noise, I will get up and I will fucking Dark Knight your ass.
I want to talk about this. Clapping in theaters. What are your thoughts?
Kill yourself.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry. But respectfully.
So Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah. I clapped. Can't help it. Yeah. I'll kill myself. I'll do it.
No, but like, I think clapping and cheering and everything is fine, but you need
Don't
to know
interrupt my movie experience.
You need to know when you need to stop.
When to shut the fuck up.
You need to know when dialogue starts. You know?
Yeah. If you see lips moving, you better be donezo.
And I also think opening weekend has a bye. You're allowed to be excited opening weekend. After that, no clapping at all. Even if this is the first time you're seeing it.
Yeah, I agree.
You didn't see it opening weekend.
Yeah.
The big reveal happened.
Yeah. You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
I completely agree. I fucking hate, because the amount of times I've been to a movie and I've either missed something or the end credits scene or mid credits scene gets cut off because people are too busy yapping or clapping. Shut the fuck up and watch the goddamn movie. You know who can't hear you? The actors that filmed the movie a year and a half ago. They're not even there. The theater staff doesn't give a shit that you're clapping. They didn't put on the production for you. They just pressed play. That's all they did was press, click, play. There you go. Who are you clapping for? It genuinely means nothing. Now, again, for Endgame and for Spider-Man Homecoming,
that's what I'm
Spider-Man
saying.
No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine, they were just so good, my body couldn't control itself.
Right, you were just like, ah!
Yeah, I couldn't help but scream when Tobey Maguire came out of a fucking
that's what I'm saying.
sparkle thing.
When it opens up and you see him start running through, you're like, he looks...
lanky.
His build, he has a different build than Tom Holland. That's weird. Yeah, it's that exact feeling where you
I could
screaming.
not contain my body, and the scream that came out of me.
You scrumped.
I scrumped. Yeah, I scrumped big time.
The scream that you scrumped.
The scream that I scrumped was scrumped.
Unbearable. No, I think opening weekend, you deserve that. You just need to stop. So if there's like, on your left and all the portals start opening and stuff like that, there's a long moment where there's nothing but just kind of that. You're missing the cinematic music, but you're not missing any dialogue or crucial like visual.
Yeah.
Cheer.
Here's a prime example for
holler.
me. Prime example for me is Barbie, right? I went to opening night of Barbie right after Oppenheimer.
You did Barbenheimer?
I did Barbie, then Oppenheimer, I think.
Oh, terrible decision.
I had to do Barbenheimer. So I did Barbie to Oppenheimer.
Touche. I never saw Oppenheimer.
Very good.
I need to.
But like Barbie, right? Fantastic movie. Deserves much more credit than it did get. And it got a lot, but I think it deserves much more. That's not a movie that I think was a necessary clapper. I don't think any movie's a necessity, right? Like if I can't even control my own body, then sure, the movie was fucking fantastic. But I don't think any movie deserves to be clapped for.
I feel like just as those heroic movies are the only times where you get that sensation.
Sure,
but
because you're like, my world is being saved.
Yeah,
but like Barbie,
Barbie,
right? Like,
I didn't clap
that's a fun movie,
I think
but
I
my
clapped
theater
at the
clapped.
end.
Yeah, my theater clapped at the end.
Oh. Okay.
I don't fucking clap at the movie because it doesn't matter.
But
who are you clapping for?
It's like a human reaction.
It's like clapping when the airplane lands. Do you clap when the airplane lands?
If it's a bumpy fucking ride and the rest of the airplane
it's
claps,
his
I do.
job. It's his fucking
job.
I
don't initiate it. I don't just be like, yeah, give it up for that damn pilot.
The person who initiates clapping on the airport should be thrown off the plane as if they were a terrorist.
If the pilot is joking about it, then I'm like, this is great.
I'll laugh.
Like,
if he's joking about it, I'll laugh. I'm not gonna fucking clap for him.
I would. If it's a good landing, if it's smooth.
He
deserves it.
I can't even.
You did
no,
your
he
job
doesn't.
well. So proud of you.
It's like, this is gonna be a hot take. It's like tipping at a place that doesn't deserve to be tipped.
Like what?
Like if I go
like a beer stand where all they do is just like open the beer for you
and turn the thing around.
And you're like,
I'm not
no
tipping
thanks.
you. I'm not tipping. Like, don't even ask me.
I do if we have a good conversation.
What, you're tipping to talk to people now? I can't. Let's move on. I can't. I'm gonna lose my shit on you in a second here. I'm gonna get angry.
He has a great personality.
He can lick my cock and balls.
Okay, but if it's a longer interaction, like not if he's just like, oh, how's your day?
Lauren, it's 2024. You should be okay talking to people without having to pay them. You shouldn't have to pay people to talk to you. Everybody wants to talk to you. Insane?
I know. I'm a hot commodity. Conversationalist.
Oh my God.
Bro.
I listen.
Genuinely though, like if I'm having a good interaction with the
I go,
person,
hey, it was nice talking to you.
wow. They're just broke, you know? Oh, and off.
Oh, am I? I'm also broke.
Yeah, but like you can't, yeah.
You know what? And here's my reasoning, right? What did I just do? I this morning bought bagels for breakfast.
No
like
way.
Bagel, like egg sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Because I started at 5:45 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought bagels before work, and I ordered my bagel. I didn't have a complicated order. I wanted a bacon, egg, and ham on an everything bagel, no cheese. And that's the order I say every time I've gone to this place: bacon, egg, and ham, no cheese, because I know they hear bacon, egg, and cheese with ham. I go bacon, egg, and ham, no cheese, please. And they repeat it back to me. They go, you want a bacon, egg, and cheese with ham, no cheese? And I go, it's a weird way to say it, but yes, that's exactly what I want.
You added a thing in there and then removed it, but okay.
I was like, that is exactly what I want. She was very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
We had a very nice conversation. It was 5 a.m. And so I was like, I will tip. Whatever the tip was. I think the total was $17. I rounded up to 19. You know, I tipped $2.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing special. I got 2 bagels, $2. And so I tipped. I get to work. I open up my bagel.
Wrong.
Super excited to eat it.
Wrong.
No ham. No cheese, which was good, but no ham. The only other extra thing I wanted, not there. And also, I was the only one there at 5 a.m. when they just opened their doors.
No.
So,
but they're tired too.
I don't give a shit.
But
it's
like,
your job. And so that is why I strongly agree with the tip culture that we are in nowadays. At a restaurant, I get it, right? Like that they don't get paid enough, which they should. So that's another thing I'll get angry about in the future. But at a restaurant, I get it, right? Like it's kind of what you have to do because they are fucking broke as shit because the restaurant pays like dog water.
Right. And they're actively like bringing out things
same
and
with
filling
the
up your water,
bar. Like if you're making a complicated beverage for me,
I think bartenders should be
I will
always
tip. If you're giving me a beer, I'm not tipping you. I'm sorry.
Really? You
I will
tip
not
the
tip at a
beers?
bar if you give me a beer. If all you did was give me a Bud Light, I'm not tipping you. Even if it's a draft.
I just feel bad because like bars are stressful.
They chose the profession. I know that's a hot way to word it, but they wanted to work there.
They chose this life. If
not
they
what I
wanted to
said.
work harder,
That's not what
they
I
go
said.
back to school and
They
get
work
a
plenty hard. They work plenty hard, and if I
yeah,
order,
but like you go to like a busy hopping bar, like a Cowboys bar, you see all the people swarming the thing, and there's one of them in there working a
and
full
they're going
circle,
crazy. Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
going crazy. So when
if
they come
I go,
over and
hey,
pop
can I get a fucking ba 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 ba? Then I'm gonna tip. If I go, hey, can you give me a high noon?
I'm still gonna tip because I'm still taking away their time and they're buzzing around.
You're not taking away their time. You're not taking away their time. Their time is there to serve you.
No, but
their time is there to serve
they
you.
deserve
That's their
the
time, and they're getting paid.
money.
And they're getting paid.
Yeah, but they deserve the money.
They deserve the money they're making.
Oh my god.
But for them getting me a drink that's already made,
I see your reasoning.
Halloween Horror Nights. You go up to the drink stand, you refill your refillable souvenir cup from their vat of that drink that they made 2 days ago. You tipping?
Yeah. Well,
you're insane.
Well, I also don't get those drinks.
Oh.
I go to the full service bar and get like an actual mixed drink.
That's different then. But if you were to go to the drink,
my cup.
if you were to go to the drink stand and get one of the whatever it's called,
a low tip, I'm not gonna tip like 25%.
No tip.
Wow.
Because all they're doing is taking my cup that I brought to them. They're not cleaning it. They're not doing anything. I did all the work.
I understand.
And they are turning around and they're going,
I
glug, 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 glug,
understand.
glug, 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 glug. Here you go. No.
God.
Same with when I order a twisted tater. I order a twisted tater. They go, there's the receipt, and it's got the tip line right there. I go, dash, dash, sign my name. You're not tipping. You're giving me a tater that was made in a fryer by a machine. All you're doing is
yeah.
dusting it poorly, I might add.
Yeah.
Poorly.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't tried them.
I know I sound like an asshole. I will say at restaurants.
Am I the asshole?
I will tip well at restaurants, given the service was good. Minimum, always tipping 20%. Always tipping 20, no matter what, right? But if the service was bad, all you're getting is 20%. If the service was great, I'll give you the world.
Damn.
What
a hot
given
take.
that I have the money to give you the world.
What a hot take. I always tip.
My goal one day though is to like be that person. Like I want to make enough money in my life that like I can go to a restaurant and like make somebody's day by like tipping them
like
an insane amount of money.
100%, like doubling your thing. Yeah,
like,
I've always. Yeah.
I want to be a really nice person.
I would.
But also,
I'm broke, so I can't.
But also, I'm
nice.
broke, and also I'm not going to tip at unnecessary places.
Touché.
Pizzerias, I'm not tipping you.
God, that's brutal.
Yeah.
There's
been times I don't tip delivery drivers.
That's insane. I was about to ask you.
Yeah, there's been times.
Wow.
Also because, hey, I did that. That was my job for a little while. I was an Uber driver.
And you don't tip them.
And there were people that didn't tip me. And so sometimes I don't tip. And I was like, hey, that sucks. Because you know what? Uber still paid me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
I don't tip.
That's a hot take.
I don't tip delivery drivers. Because they're getting paid to drive to my house. Also, gas tax write-off of your delivery driver. So they should be doing that. That's on them. If they're not writing off their tax, their gas, that's on them. Learn how to play the system.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. When I was an Uber driver, I saved all of my receipts for gas. All that shit, tax write-off.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know you were an Uber driver.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Uber or just Uber Eats?
Yes, both.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary.
Uber Eats was great. The nights where it was like 3 a.m. and people were ordering after a night of drinking and they went and they fell asleep. Guess who gets to keep the food? Now that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Because that was back when Uber Eats just rolled out.
Yeah.
And so now it's like leave it at the door.
Yeah.
No matter what. But back then it was like Uber would like you'd click a thing that said no answer. Like you'd text them and say your food is here. Because there was no leaving it at the door back then.
Right.
You'd say your food is here. And if they didn't respond in a couple of minutes or come down and get it, you would click a little button that notified Uber saying this person isn't answering, and they go knock on the door or ring the doorbell or whatever. And so you'd go and do that. You'd wait another 5 minutes. If they didn't answer, you'd click another button that say still no answer, and Uber would say order canceled.
Wow.
And I would then eat the McDonald's.
That's crazy.
The amount of free McDonald's that I had.
Oh God,
I got paid to eat is insane.
That's crazy. I'm surprised they had that system when it first rolled out too.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Damn.
And now it's leave it at the door.
Yeah.
Which is much better.
Yeah.
Because they paid for it, right? If they get it the next morning and there's rats in it, that's on them.
Yeah, that's on them. They paid for it. That's true.
Yeah.
What else do you have?
Sorry, yeah, I went on a real.
I know. I did not mean to make you mad about this.
No, it's all right. This one's the one I think you're gonna laugh about. So last episode, we got a comment on YouTube. Now, last episode's video is actually like doing pretty well.
We got a comment.
We got like 3 new subscribers in the past week.
Oh,
we
shit.
got a comment on it on the video 5 days ago from this guy. I assume it's a guy, Alan Bode or Bodie. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Alan. So Alan said, "I appreciate how random this is, but can y'all please in all caps, can y'all please talk about how big Joe's hands are? You gotta measure or compare those things to something on camera because what the fuck? They look disproportionately large." And I commented back and I said, "You asked, we will deliver." So Alan, this is for you.
Wait, let me see this comment.
Let me see
this comment. And we need to find something to compare to.
Yeah. So I watched the video and I was like, my hands
They look disproportionate.
do not look big. I'm like, am I losing my mind?
I don't think your hands look big.
But then I looked at the thumbnail and
maybe there's like a perspective thing.
it's the fact that so you guys can't, but the wall behind Lauren is where we take our pictures. And so in the picture, I'm pointing like this and my hand my hand was like this far out from my body, right? My hand was like a forearm's length out from my body. And so it looks, even right here, looks crazy big. Like you can't fucking see shit. Turn.
Turn my way so they can see how much larger your hand is than mine.
Yeah, okay. You're small.
Yeah, I have small hands. What can we compare?
I'm also 6 feet tall. I have very long arms.
What's like the measurements of an iPhone type thing, you
Oh,
know?
that could work. Let me show this. Like, very different. But look at last week's stuff. And my like take up
That's
fucking a quarter of my body.
That's crazy.
So it was because of the thumbnail picture, because we take it up against a blank wall, so there's a shadow behind it. I cut out the background. I wish I had something. A game controller, yeah, that works. Like,
Oh my god. Okay, now they kind of do look.
No.
Like, show it to the back. Show how much the back of your hands is like.
yeah, I mean, I cupped the whole thing.
Yeah, that's
but they're
insane.
not disproportionately large.
Like, look at how.
Your hands cup all the way around the back too.
I know, but like your hands look like they like eat the thing.
Yeah, well, I have big hands. They're just not disproportionately big.
But look at the camera.
I died laughing when I read that comment. I was like, Alan,
they
you're...
look disproportionate on camera.
No, they don't.
You're left-handed. We're just like...
It has something to do
Your
with it
left
being on the
hand-
edge of the
Your
frame.
left hand is bigger than
On the
mine.
edge of the frame, it has something to do. Like, if I move it over here, it's instantly better. It's the fact that it's on the edge of the frame.
Yeah, your arm looks so weird. But mine
Oh.
doesn't look like that. Mine looks bigger. It doesn't... Maybe the camera's whack.
I don't know, but...
Thank you for
Dude,
pointing out
comparing
the
it-
attention.
Comparing it to my phone, like... There you go. That's a good comparison, right? Like, my phone... Like, if I close my fingers, my phone covers almost my entire hand.
That's crazy.
So it was hilarious.
That's so
It
funny.
was so funny. I have an iPad. Does that work? Like, there you go. My hand is the size, roughly, of an iPad, but like not.
I like
There's
that
a lot
he-
of empty space
I
here.
love that he pointed this out.
I thought it was so.
He's so in depth. He's like, "Can we please talk about this?" Yes, we can.
So I want you, and Alan, if you're seeing this, I don't know if I can tag you in a certain part. I'm gonna put you somehow in this. If you can do my hands still look disproportionately, right? I know they look big. I know they are big hands. Again, I'm 6 feet tall. I'm a big-handed man. I'm talking over my microphone right
No,
now.
you're really into this conversation.
But do they look disproportionately
I think they do.
large still?
I'm looking. I think they do.
I don't think they do. And even back here, they look tiny. Little baby hands. You know what one of my favorite things to do is? I don't know if it'll work on camera, but if you
Shadow?
put your... all the way back, sometimes they look really... Like, if you do it right, you look like you have little baby hands all the way back there.
Oh, I've seen that trend where they're like, "Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
put my arms back because I messed up my shoulders." I know that's as far as I can go.
We just look like fucking idiots now.
I know. We're like, well, now let's.
But there you go, Alan. I hope that answers your question about my hands.
That's funny. That's funny. I think they do. Do you know how to make any shadow puppets?
I know how to make a dog.
All right, well, that's nice. You can do an eagle.
I saw an eagle on the drive to work yesterday.
Aw, really?
Yeah, bald eagle. Bald eagle. A bald eagle. It like took
A
off.
bald eagle.
It took off on the ground, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Damn.
It was a big bird.
That's cool.
I saw a big bird on the way to work.
Big bird.
Yeah.
Speaking of big bird.
Oh,
Elmo.
what a good
What a good
transition. That was
transition.
great.
Elmo.
Yeah.
Elmo
had the world's greatest guest on recently.
Monsieur Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Cutie patootie.
Love
This
him.
generation's Mr. Rogers.
100%.
I don't know. He's just an angel.
He is.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
Their new movie, I don't want to watch.
With Florence Pugh?
I think I will be ruined.
Is it sad?
Yeah, it's like a romance tragedy, like seriously sad movie.
Oh.
So I don't know if I can watch it.
I thought it was
but-
just a romance.
no. Apparently, it's really sad.
Oh.
Yeah, but
I might see it. They're both really attractive and really good actors.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be a really good movie.
Yeah.
But he was just on Sesame Street.
He was.
And was hanging out with Elmo and
Yeah.
had a conversation, and it was posted on TikTok, but like it's in the episode or whatever. But it was really sad. It made you cry.
It made
cry.
me. Okay, I didn't cry. I teared up. I wasn't sitting there blubbering. I saw this on my lunch at work. I couldn't. Like, it's not a place I could cry.
Right.
openly.
Valid.
If I had been watching it like in bed at night, I would have
You're
cried.
like,
100%. I would have cried.
Mom.
Yeah.
You wanna go hug your mom now?
So he
Yeah.
lost his mom recently.
Yeah.
First of all, that in and of itself is enough to make a motherfucker
Oh,
cry.
Yeah.
But and the way he talks about it.
Yeah, he really processed it so nicely, and like again, we talked about this earlier, but his voice is so soothing, so like very like.
I want him to read me a bedtime story.
Yeah, you just want to like lay down and just like.
Yeah,
chat.
and by that I mean I want to sleep with Andrew Garfield.
Also, someone you go wait in line for.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
I would camp out for Andrew Garfield for sure.
I would camp out for any of the Spider-Men.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just have a conversation.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, what were you wanting to do with them? But yeah, I thought it was really sweet, and I love Elmo too. So it was like a good conversation all around. But it made me sad too. I watched it earlier and then watched it again just now, and just was like, aw.
Yeah, the way he processes grief is really like, I think
everyone
like
should
they
hear.
should show that video like in therapy, in at funerals. They should show it everywhere. It is really, really good. And that's not the first time that Sesame Street has touched on stuff like that.
Dude, Sesame Street is great. Rocco?
Sesame Street gets deep. Okay, fuck Rocco, but Sesame Street gets deep.
No, and I feel like we didn't realize that as much as kids, and that's why I think a lot of people, especially our age, like Bluey, because it's tackling like tough conversations that like we need to hear.
Yeah,
you know, like my mom should hear some of the like conversations, and I need
100%.
to hear this, and then kids should hear this too.
Yeah.
And
oh
so
my God,
I think,
if my mom sees that clip of Andrew Garfield with Elmo, she will cry.
I'm gonna send it to my mom after this and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
because my
I
grandma
love
just
that.
recently passed away, so my mom would be a blubbering mess.
Oh,
yeah.
You should send it to her though. It'd be good.
I'll send it to my mom.
It'd be good.
Be like, hey mom, you want to cry for a little bit? There you go.
Here you go. Just slide that over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these kids shows. Actually.
Yeah.
Actually teaching a kid something.
Yeah.
Not just being like, where's the apple tree?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I'm not learning shit.
But where is the apple tree?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not in Florida.
No. And that's a problem.
I hate kids shows that are so dumbed down like that.
Yeah.
And I understand there's some, like, at some ages, you're not going to know.
Sure, yeah.
You can't handle the
You
conversation.
need just brain mush.
Right. But, like.
You need a little Mickey Mouse Clubhouse to just.
I'm sorry. What?
Just lose your fucking shit to.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
He was also on, Andrew Garfield was also on that podcast with What's-Her-Face. That reporter. Not a reporter. She was I guess she is a reporter of sorts. There was this one girl.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I know which one you're talking about. Yes.
There was this one girl who happened to catch him twice on a red carpet, two separate red carpets. And the chemistry that they had was undeniable. Everybody was talking about it. She was on like the Today Show or some shit. And it was just like there was chemistry. And she has a podcast. And it was like chicken soup. Something out.
Something like that.
Yeah. And he was on it. And this was like the first time they had spoken since like the last time they saw each other on red carpet, which was like 2 years ago.
Right.
And I didn't watch it yet, but I've seen clips. And the chemistry still seems to be there.
I think it's him.
What do you mean? You think he just has chemistry with everyone?
Yes.
100%. I agree.
I think anyone just goes soft around. They're just like, oh.
Oh, I don't go soft around him.
You know what I mean?
I don't think anybody goes soft around him.
But like,
I think everybody's
very
horned up like crazy.
Comforted.
Sure, yeah.
I don't think everyone's horned
He's
up.
a flirt. Oh my God, yes, they are. If you are within spitting distance of Andrew Garfield, you are.
Hit on me.
You'd want him to, yeah.
You're like, please.
Yeah.
That's
you
crazy.
would be horned up like no other motherfucker if you were near Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I think he's very attractive. I just think he's also just very comforting to be around.
I don't even mean attractive. I just mean his aura.
Presence.
Yeah, his aura is sex.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but like you want him. You're like he will take care of me. You're like he will hold me in his arms. Make sweet love to me.
Aftercare.
Yeah, and cuddle me after, and you will love it. You're the cuddler. We have talked about this before.
Yeah, I do like a good cuddle. I see that. You're like, oh, we wouldn't fuck, we would make love type of thing. Yeah, but like,
and so you're like, damn.
He screams sex.
No, he doesn't scream it.
For you.
He whispers
For
it. Yeah. He's who you imagine when you're reading smut.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Don't
so.
deny it. Just
I don't think so, though.
You don't because you haven't been near him.
Have you?
I don't need to. I'm a man. I know how women I know
Rephrase that.
that's
Hold
not what I
on.
meant to say.
Slow down.
I don't know how women think at all.
No.
But I know as a man looking at another man, how women perceive somebody like Andrew Garfield.
I just don't think he's like a sex icon. I think he's like a husband icon. Like you want to marry him.
He's somebody you want to have his kids.
Yeah.
So therefore, sex icon.
Yeah, but
in a way.
But that's not like what we see in him.
Yeah, you see him and you.
Ah.
Trust me, get within spitting distance, and you'll be like, God damn. Somebody get a wet floor sign. Yeah.
Wet floor.
She's got like the #1 podcast, by the way, right now. We need to. Yeah, we need to take notes.
I don't know how. Yeah, that's who we should be looking up towards.
Why not?
Don't know, because
overnight sensation.
Yeah.
Talk to her.
I like her podcast name.
Yeah,
That's banger.
genius.
Banger
She did not come up with that.
Uh,
Her PR person came up with that.
Came up with talk to her.
I don't think she came up with that. I think she just put a sound to it.
Sound effect.
Yeah.
Put the label on the sound effect.
Yeah.
Ugh, good lord.
Yep.
Yeah, but she does have a podcast.
It was weird though. This is something that's been talked about on many other podcasts, but like the fact that like people like legitimately like interviewed her, and the fact that like attention had to be brought to it. Like this is a video that could have just gone viral, and we're all like, ha. But of course, like in today's day and age, like every viral video has to be on the Today Show or has to be on a podcast or
like,
it has to be something. Yeah.
In terms
And
of,
so they had to like legitimately be like, so you became famous because you like to suck dick.
See, that's my thing. Is the fact that like her fame is from that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put myself in that's embarrassing.
A
like,
little bit.
I
mean, like, good for her, right? Like,
I'm trying to
props
find
to her.
one of these viral videos.
Props to her.
If you pull this shit the rest of the episode,
I
I'm gonna
won't.
be so
No.
bad.
But there was one interview, and I wonder if it's the one you're pulling up, where the guy fucking asked her, "When is the?"
Have you seen this one? That's my college.
Oh God, I think I've seen this. The Go Sport. Yeah, she's got the Go Sports.
Yeah, and her mom shows
Is
up
that
too.
fucking broccoli?
Yeah, you should pull out broccoli.
I think I have seen this. College people are the best. Is that her mom?
Yeah.
That's gold.
That's my college.
That's great.
That's
I love
our
that.
tailgate. And so that's one of those famous clips. She disappeared though. She just like
See, and that's one of those things like that.
that's what
could
should
have,
happen.
But
It should be a Vine.
but TikTok. And so
A Vine.
and again, good for her now. She is like doing well for her. Like she's got a podcast, so she's gonna be set up for life. Good for her.
Yeah.
But again, the fact that like the interviewing and the this and the that and the blah blah. But there was this one guy who interviewed her or who like to talk to her, and they legitimately asked her, "When was the last time you hawked hood?" I'm like, you cannot ask somebody in an interview when the last time they sucked a dick was.
That's insane.
Like I know that's not what you're saying verbatim,
That's
but you
insane.
can't ask somebody
That's
that.
insane.
She's a woman.
That's insane.
Like, she's not a sex object like Andrew Garfield.
No, that's bad. See,
Right?
that's the
That's
thing. Like, those are
wild.
the conversations that she's having to have,
Yeah.
and that sucks.
And all because like she said one thing drunkenly as probably a little bit of a joke.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure she does suck some mean ween, but that's not all she is. Like yeah, I'm just saying, I'm gotta give credit where credit's due.
More than that.
She is more than the hawk to a girl. Now she's the talk to a girl.
I can't.
I do want to watch her podcast.
I'm curious.
and find out like what she's talking about because I'm willing to bet it's probably like not
Nonsense.
about anything of that
No,
nature.
No, I think probably her first few episodes were probably
Of
about
course,
that.
You gotta
It's just
hash it
like,
out, right?
you
Gotta
know?
gotta get the elephant out of the room.
But then after that, I feel like it's probably just like what has happened and
Yeah.
just chatting.
It's
you
just
know?
this podcast, but more popular.
Yeah. Womp.
Yeah.
I don't think we
From
can.
now on, when people say, "What's your podcast about?" People ask me that all the time when I tell them I have a podcast. From now on, when they go, "What's your podcast about?" I'm gonna go, the Talk to a podcast. It's that, but less popular.
You can't say that without knowing what she talks about. What if we go on and listen to it
And
it's
she's like
just,
talking about math.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
She's
bad.
like, so this week I went to school and I did
Yeah.
this.
I try to.
How
I actually.
old is she?
I compare.
Even? She's in like college,
I
right?
think she's like 20 something. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I compare our podcast, and this is again probably a hot take if anybody's made it this far in the episode. I compare our podcast to the Basement Yard, but it's just much less popular. But and I do watch Basement Yard regularly. We talk about a lot of the same stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's episodes where they talked about what we talked about 3 weeks ago, and sometimes there's episodes where I talk about what they talked about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah.
So like it just happens because it gets brought up, and we find out different information, and we can talk about things differently. But I do love when we record something, and then 3 weeks later they talk about the exact same thing. I'm like, yes, we did it first.
We did it first. We talked about it.
I feel good about myself.
Good for you.
But one other thing I have, I don't know if you've got one
No,
more?
I'm good.
Oh, I got one last thing. Some pretty rough news this week.
Oh, I know what this is about.
Yeah. Couldn't not talk about it. So we were today's Saturday. Today's Saturday. We were
Yeah.
uploading this episode a day late
Yeah.
because Lauren was sick. No big deal. But the day we were supposed to record, Thursday, that day,
Yeah.
Liam Payne
I'm so glad we didn't record.
passed away.
It was so sad.
I was at work when I found out. Shocking. At first, I didn't think it was real because when I heard about it, I checked Twitter because like Twitter will have the latest updates, and all the posts about it were in Spanish. So I was like, this could be anything.
What is this?
I don't know.
Right.
Like I don't know that there's no validity to it yet. TMZ hasn't released anything. No major news sites have said anything. And then within minutes, everything. Blowing up. I was getting live updates.
Yep.
And it was
every news report, every like, again, like the random paparazzi places.
It was probably the most shocking death.
Yeah.
I don't want to say ever.
No,
but like since
I would say of this year.
Probably, yeah. Who else passed away this year?
That was like young. I don't know. It's been a long year.
Yeah, there have been a few. But I don't know that any of them have been shocking. Like most of them have been like somebody older has passed away.
It's been a while.
Like last week we talked about from Maggie Smith. But again, not necessarily shocking. She was older.
Right.
So like very upsetting nonetheless, but not shocking.
Okay, but like Chadwick Boseman.
That was a shock.
That
was
shock.
this year.
No.
Oh yeah.
I know, but I'm saying like when you said like for a long time.
Yeah.
Like that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But still, like that was shocking. So it was hard too because I realized it like put you in perspective. Like that was one of our first big like
he was
our
also,
stars.
What, 31?
Yeah.
Very young. Yeah.
Young.
And you're absolutely right. He was like one of our generation. Like that was
like I'm not counting rappers because that's a whole.
But he was one of
different...
the biggest names in music
for our generation,
without a doubt. In our generation,
like he's one of those ones where you were expecting a reunion tour when they're 60s and they come around.
And see, so like that's
like
that's what I want to
NSYNC
kind of touch to is like a lot of people, and we don't get serious on this podcast very often.
Did we even say the name out?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. I was like, we just been
just bouncing around his name. No, we did. A lot of people after the news came out and it was confirmed that he passed away. A pretty tragic death too, like real rough. Still don't know the specifics of it, whether it was and doesn't matter. The fact that it happened is just sad in of itself. But the thing that I think I have a problem with, if I'm gonna have a problem with anything, right, is people's reactions are. I've seen a lot more reactions of can't believe we're not gonna get the reunion instead of oh my god, I cannot believe he passed away.
Yeah.
That like I think again, I don't get serious very often, and I don't like get down to earth. But if your reaction to somebody losing their life is oh my god, I'm not gonna get to see a One Direction reunion, which I know everybody wants, including me. That's a problem. If that's your first reaction to it.
I can counter that slightly because I do agree, but you know how like when you have like a older band returning and like the drummers passed away, you can be kind of sad that like you won't see the whole band as a whole in
Sure.
the sense
Absolutely,
in
yeah.
the sense of like what the music means to you
Yeah.
and like what them performing together, like seeing them interact with each
Yeah.
other, that sadness. Being upset that you don't get to see all 5 One Directioners is a problem. But if you're coming at it with the perspective of like what it meant to see him when I was a kid, and seeing how they like,
and you
like Bruno
know,
Mars's band and how they perform, like they
Yeah.
are truly a stage show.
Yeah.
They're not just musicians; they're performing.
Yeah, like
you know,
knowing that when the 4 of the members of One Direction eventually get back together for a reunion tour, that it just won't, like there will be a piece missing.
Right.
That's
it's gonna
heartbreaking.
hurt.
Yeah.
But I
like,
agree.
for
Right
everybody
now,
being like, can't believe I'm not getting that One Direction reunion. I'm
day
like, what the
later-
fuck is wrong with
a day
you?
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people even night of, they were like, this is how I found out that I'm not getting a One Direction reunion. I'm like, are you the most insensitive motherfucker on the face of this goddamn planet?
Yeah, it's tough.
I was like, and am I the biggest One Direction fan? Not at all. But I was like disgusted by some of the people's reactions to it. I'm like, listen, I know that in 3 days this is all gonna blow over and we're gonna forget about it. But for this to be your initial reaction to somebody so young dying, that is so not okay.
Yeah.
So, and again, we don't get serious on this podcast, but I had to for a second there because that shit's wild, but also just wild that he passed away.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like our
Can't breathe.
For our first generation, you know, like I remember when Michael, like we were talking about this last
Michael
week,
Jackson,
when
yeah.
Michael Jackson passed away, like that impacted me. But
Sure,
I was
yeah.
young.
I was
and
like,
it
oh
wasn't
my God, that's
my-
crazy.
Yeah,
But
he
also,
wasn't my
like,
pop
within an
star.
hour, I was like, well, life goes on.
Yeah. So I feel like with our generation, and this is like one of those fears where I'm like, God, I don't want to be 60 and here you're on the news, like, oh, you know, like Taylor Swift like passes away, or
Yo, when Taylor Swift dies,
or even like when
the
Beyonce
world is gonna
passes
burn.
away,
Oh
you
my
know?
God, yeah.
Like that's gonna be a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Whether it's, you know, I hope not soon, but like if we're 80 or 70 or whatever, and we're just hanging out with our kids, and they're like, oh my God.
If I'm still alive when Sabrina Carpenter passes away, I
Not
am
anymore.
taking my life.
That's the day.
Yeah, that's the day I die.
That's crazy.
If Sabrina Carpenter dies at a young age, what is she, 24 right now?
Yeah, I think so.
If she dies at a young age, I'm done.
Oh my
Done.
God. Done.
I can't.
Yeah, that's tragic.
Yeah.
It's truly tragic. And the whole, like, was it this 27 Club? 28?
Yeah, 27 Club.
Yeah. So that whole thing is
All those
just,
are people
like,
that kill themselves, aren't they? Or is it just people that just die?
there's musicians that pass away when they turn.
I thought it was
that
people that
age.
kill themselves at 27.
It might be that. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
No,
But-
let's assume it's yours. That famous people that pass away at the age of 27.
Yeah, it's just like the curse of that age or whatever. But it's just so tragic. But then it's almost even scarier to be like, oh God, but growing old with these people, I'm gonna be sad.
Yeah, I also don't want to see Sabrina Carpenter at 80 up there on stage in Vegas singing
Yeah,
Espresso.
I would. Shoot, she'd be a great concert.
I don't know.
Celine Dion.
I don't know that I
still
want that
kills it.
espresso anymore. It's not so fresh.
Let her be. I'd see Taylor Swift when we're old.
Taylor Swift's gonna be decrepit when she's old. The way that she's been going on tour like crazy, she's gonna
Yeah.
be so run down when she's 70.
Yeah, I agree. I think she's gonna disappear with her cats.
She's gonna retire at 50 years old, maybe 60, and be like,
I'm done.
I'm like enjoy my
Hanging that
album,
microphone
enjoy
on the
my
wall.
30 albums that I've released.
Yeah,
I'm going to bed.
for real.
And she
for
deserves
real.
it.
She
She
will
has
deserve
left
it.
yeah.
Enough music in this
Because
world.
if she goes out there and like for a lot longer, she's gonna hurt herself.
for real, she needs to just go retire, live with her kitties, and have a great time.
That girl powers through everything.
I know. Bless her heart. She's almost done though. Final leg of the Eras tour. Started
Only
last night.
to record a new album right after that.
I know. Rep TV should be coming out soon. We'll see.
Anyways,
We'll see.
trivia.
Trivia. Let's rock
do
it.
We got some Halloween trivia for you guys.
Spooky.
I've had the iPad charging for 4 days.
Meaning it's probably gonna have
It's
10%.
at 77%.
Oh my god.
All right. Pick a number.
Well, if it's Halloween, 31.
31. Look at this. They're numbered.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That helps.
Okay. A 3-day celebration I don't know how to say this word. Triduum? Tridum?
Okay.
I don't know. That involves Halloween, All Saints Day, and All Souls Day can be referred to as
Hold on.
3-day celebration that involves
I know it.
Halloween, All Saints Day, and All Souls Day.
I know it.
You do?
Yeah.
Good for you, because I fucking don't.
Oh, I probably don't, but.
This is a new thing, by the way, because I won last week.
Oh, yeah, I owe you food.
Yeah.
Lame.
3-day I don't even know that I could fathom a guess.
I'm locked in.
Mine's dumb. What's yours? I'm locked in.
Day of the Dead. Dia de los Muertos.
See, that's what I kind of assumed, but then when they
31st,
included
the first and the second.
when they included all 3 days, I was like,
All
Dia de los
Saints.
Muertos is the Day of the Dead.
But it's a 2-day celebration.
Oh,
and I
is
guess
it?
they're including.
I just called it Halloween,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, the first.
I think you're
the
probably
first
right.
day is for the kids. The second day is for everyone else.
Fucking dead ones.
No. Yeah,
Oh.
and then the 27th of October is for pets. But I might be wrong.
What's
I
that?
could be wrong for this answer, but those are all true facts about it.
Well, you're wrong.
What is it?
All Hallow Tide, which is all one word, by the way, which can also be called All Saints Tide or Hallow Tide.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Well, the facts I just said about Day of the Dead are true.
I believe you. All
I'm
right.
gonna put out an ofrenda for
Pick
my
a new
pet.
number because
13.
I think the numbers will stay the same. 13's a good one. What holiday comes right before All Saints Day? Didn't we just?
Yeah, we just got that.
What's the
answer.
order again?
It would be the
Halloween?
All Souls Day is the third.
Halloween is correct. Do we want to do a different one, or do we want to
Yeah,
both take
'cause
points here?
We just got that answer.
Okay.
I was very confident.
Pick a new number. You can only goes up to 33 apparently. 1 through 33.
2:30.
Who introduced Halloween to the United States?
Who?
Yeah.
Is it a
Who?
specific person or a?
I wish I
like,
could tell you.
country?
The only way I'll know is by clicking the answer.
Mm.
Who introduced?
All Souls Day is one of the days of Day of the Dead. I'm okay. Sorry, I just had to fact check myself. Who introduced?
Who?
I think it's a specific person.
I went with a person. But you don't have to.
I'm gonna go with. I really don't know. I have no answer. I'm gonna. I have no.
You want to
clue.
pick a country? You think it's a country?
Sure, England.
That's what if I had picked a country, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I said Benjamin Franklin.
Teddy
The
Roosevelt.
Irish and the Scottish.
Damn.
So you were arguably
I picked a country.
you did. I'll give
And I
it
got
to you.
closer.
I think I'll give it to you.
I got closer.
That
That
was-
tracks.
That was bad, but you do England, the UK,
yeah.
Ireland, Scotland.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
could argue.
That's what I meant.
I'll give you the points.
Yes.
Only because I know that I'll probably get next week's.
Also, because I know I was pretty much right for the other.
Yeah, true. All Hallow Tide.
Because look, it's literally celebrated on the 1st and 2nd of November, right after Halloween.
Yeah, that's 2 days. This is 3 days. So I'm sorry.
And it's also known as. Day of the Dead evolved from a pre-Hispanic celebration that merged with the Catholic celebration of All Souls Day. So that's why I got confused. I'm gonna give myself
Always the Catholics taking
a
over.
half point. Yeah, fuck, dude. That's.
I gave you 2 points.
No,
How many
I'm
more do you
kidding.
want?
I'm kidding. I want them all. Anyways,
Where can people
where
find you?
can they find me? The usual. The Instagram is mcdonald.lou. That's L2U.
What? You changed it?
Did I change it? Oh, I said it in reverse. I'm so tired. Oh my
I'm like,
god.
did you change your handle?
Lou.mcdonald. That's L2U's. McDonald. I just dyslexic
Yeah, I was
myself.
like, whoa.
That's crazy. Thank you for catching me,
Yeah.
because I would have just been like, that's it. You'll find me. You won't find
You
me.
would
there.
never find her.
That's the only place you'll find me. And my eat of the week. What did I? Oh, I tried a new sauce this week. I made. I
Got a
had
new
I
sauce.
tried new sauce. I had like homemade taco bowls, and so I got a like cilantro lime sauce to pour over
Ooh.
it,
A
and
cilantro
it
lime
was
crema.
banging,
Yeah.
so good. It upped it by like
Upped it.
tenfold. It upped it. Yeah, so that would be my eat of the week because I had that for like 3 days, so it was great.
3-day sauce.
Made leftovers. Oh yeah, because it's like in the bottle. That's it. Where can they find you?
Photography Instagram, Sharky_photography. My regular Instagram at Secret Agent Sharky. That's it for me.
And you.
And that's it. My eat of the week. Tough. It's the toughie. My eat of the week is this morning's breakfast. The bagel. Even though they messed it up.
The messed up bagel is
The
still your eat of the week.
bacon and
and
egg.
you were pissed that you tipped.
Yes, I am.
And that's still your eat
Because
of the week. Crazy.
that $2 I gave them was the ham on my bagel. Also, guess what? I paid extra for the ham.
Oh my god.
Eat my ass.
Womp womp womp
So,
womp.
bacon and egg on an everything bagel. Lapped with a Wawa coffee. Of Wawa coffee. That was really good. From Stuff a Bagel.
Okay.
They're a New York bagel place that moved down to Orlando. And I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they ship in their water from New York.
Really?
Yeah, because that's what makes their bagel so good.
Right.
Interesting. They're banging water.
Sure.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I guess they got good water.
But
It's whatever. As for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast. Or on Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast to see our clips. And subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We will talk at you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.